Qatar, a small emirate situated in the Arabian Peninsula, has a rich and complex history that ultimately shaped its modern identity. Initially, it was a tribal society with a focus on fishing and pearl diving, reflecting the region's maritime culture. The establishment of a British protectorate in the early 19th century marked a significant turning point, as it opened the doors for external influence and set the stage for future developments. Qatar's independence came in 1971, a defining moment that allowed the emirate to assert its sovereignty. In the years preceding its transformation, Qatar faced several economic challenges. The economy was largely dependent on traditional industries, which offered limited growth. The discovery of substantial oil reserves in the mid-20th century initiated a significant shift, providing the financial resources needed for modernization. The initial reliance on oil, however, presented its own set of difficulties, including the need for effective governance and the diversification of the economy. This foundation, while historically significant, posed challenges that the new leadership would later confront. Under the reign of Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, who took power in the mid-90s, Qatar embarked on a journey characterized by a series of bold and transformative decisions. The leadership recognized the urgent need to modernize infrastructure and invest in human capital. From education to healthcare to transport systems, the objectives were clear. Create a framework that could support growth and enhance the quality of life for its citizens. However, the emirate had to navigate initial resistance from conservative elements within society, who were wary of rapid changes and the adoption of modern practices. Before these reforms took root, the pre-transformation scenario presented a tableau of potential stasis. While many neighboring countries experienced economic booms, Qatar seemed somewhat stagnant, its influence limited on the global stage. The visionary leaders understood that for Qatar to truly thrive and emerge as a noteworthy player politically and economically, it required a strategy that not only focused on extraction of resources, but also prioritized sustainable development and investments in its people. Reflecting on Qatar's emergence brings forth the question of what drives meaningful change in nations with limited resources. Could it be visionary leadership, as demonstrated by Qatar's rulers? Or is it the intrinsic potential of the nation itself waiting for the right moment to be unlocked? In exploring Qatar's unique trajectory, one must consider how its rich cultural heritage and strategic geographic position encourage engagement with the rest of the world. The blend of tradition with modern aspirations fosters a rich environment for discussion about identity and global interconnectedness. Qatar's ascent is not merely a story of economic growth, but a narrative of adaptability and resilience in the face of changing global paradigms, raising critical reflections on what it means to be a small nation with large ambitions. As the story unfolds, it invites us to ponder: what lessons can be gleaned from Qatar's experience? How can other nations, particularly those with limited initial resources, navigate their unique histories to achieve similar success? In seeking answers, we recognize that the journey of Qatar serves as a case study in balancing tradition with modernity, ambition with pragmatism, contemplating the intricate dynamics at play in the global arena. Qatar's rise on the global stage was driven by a series of audacious decisions that distinguished it as a power player in the region and beyond. The leadership adopted revolutionary strategies that transformed not only its economy, but also its role in international diplomacy. The willingness to embrace change and innovation reflected a calculated approach that honored the Emirates' rich traditions while engaging with modernity in unprecedented ways. The visionary leadership of Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani was pivotal during this transformative period. His drive for progress facilitated decisions that drastically altered Qatar's trajectory. Under his rule, investments in infrastructure, education, and economic diversification became priorities. The government made substantial investments in areas like higher education, establishing partnerships with prominent institutions around the world. This strategic move sought to foster a knowledge-based economy, ensuring that Qatar would not merely be a gas-rich nation, but a center for thought leadership and innovation. Moments of turnaround defined this era, as Qatar positioned itself at the forefront of global discussions. The decision to host major international events, such as the World Cup, indicated not only ambition, but a clear roadmap for elevating its status. This bold step came with significant investment, not just in stadiums and hotels, but in the development of a comprehensive infrastructure that would support millions of visitors. The gamble proved transformative, showcasing Qatar's capabilities and serving as a catalyst for its burgeoning tourism sector. Moreover, the strategic decisions made during this period were not limited to economic fronts. They also encompassed diplomacy. Qatar's proactive foreign policy, characterized by active mediation in regional conflicts, enabled it to cultivate relationships with diverse nations. By positioning itself as an impartial broker, Qatar expanded its influence while fostering a reputation for being a mediator in the Middle East. This strategic diplomatic engagement was not only guided by immediate interests, but also aimed at long-term stability, reflecting a mature understanding of international relations. Yet, such transformative decisions raise questions about the broader implications for national identity and global perception. How do such radical moves influence the way a nation is viewed? Qatar's ambitious steps brought visibility, but also scrutiny regarding its rapid development and its approach to social issues. This duality of perception reflects the complex dynamics of globalization, where progress can attract both admiration and criticism. The narrative of Qatar's disruptive decisions underscores the power of leadership in shaping a nation's destiny. It serves as a reminder that transformative change is possible, even in contexts that seem constrained by historical legacies or external perceptions. As Qatar's story unfolds, it invites reflection on the choices made by leaders worldwide, illuminating how ambition and a clear vision can reshape destinies. Could Qatar's approach inspire other nations grappling with their own identity in an increasingly globalized world? The answers to these questions remain critical as we examine what it means to redefine a nation's role on the world stage. At the heart of Qatar's transformation are its strategic resources, which played a crucial role in defining its economic landscape and international standing. Qatar's vast reserves of natural gas, among the largest in the world, became the cornerstone of its growth strategy. This resource not only fueled the economy but was cleverly leveraged to transform Qatar into a key player in global energy markets. The government recognized early on the importance of effectively managing these resources, balancing extraction with sustainable development principles to ensure long-term prosperity. The identification and harnessing of potentials within these resources marked a pivotal moment in Qatar's history. Gas production and exportation allowed the Emirate to accumulate wealth rapidly, providing the financial foundation for diversified investments. The establishment of the Qatar Petroleum Corporation exemplified a proactive approach to resource management, as it spearheaded projects that allowed Qatar to maximize its gains while simultaneously investing in new industries. By channeling its revenues into education, healthcare, and infrastructure, Qatar positioned itself as a forward-thinking nation. Transforming these resources involved more than just extraction. It required a paradigm shift to innovate and diversify the economy. Qatar pursued significant investments in non-energy sectors, such as finance, tourism, and technology, creating a robust economic structure less reliant on hydrocarbons. Initiatives like Qatar National Vision 2300 extend beyond immediate benefits, showcasing a commitment to long-term sustainability. This vision provides a framework for development, emphasizing the importance of knowledge, innovation, and a diversified economy. Essential to this transformation were fundamental innovations. Qatar invested heavily in research and development, establishing institutions like Qatar University and the Qatar Science and Technology Park. These initiatives foster a spirit of innovation, driving advancements across various sectors. Moreover, collaborations with international universities and research institutions not only elevated the country's educational landscape, but also attracted talent from around the globe. As a result, Qatar emerged as a hub for cutting-edge research, particularly in fields like energy and environmental sustainability. Unique differentiating elements further solidified Qatar's position. The creation of free trade zones attracted foreign investments, enhancing its appeal as a business destination. Policies promoting entrepreneurship and innovation created an ecosystem conducive to the growth of startups and technology firms. The strategic location of Qatar as a gateway between East and West further complemented its ambitions, allowing it to capitalize on global trade routes. These elements, combined with a welcoming business environment, have established Qatar as an attractive location for investors seeking potential opportunities in the region. In reflecting on Qatar's strategic resource management, questions arise about the sustainability of this model. How can a nation balance the exploitation of natural resources with environmental responsibility? What lessons can be drawn regarding diversification from a position of strength? The narrative of Qatar serves as an example of how resource-rich nations can navigate the complex landscape of modern economies. Amidst the success, the core challenge remains: ensuring that growth does not come at the cost of social and environmental well-being. As Qatar continues to evolve, these reflections become increasingly relevant in an era that demands accountability and foresight in resource management. Qatar's emergence as a significant player on the global stage has resulted in profound geopolitical ramifications, reshaping its relationships within the region and beyond. The Emirate's strategic geographical location has positioned it uniquely, allowing for robust engagements not only with its Gulf neighbors, but also with powers from around the world. As a small nation with expansive ambition, Qatar has leveraged its wealth and resources to gain influence, steering discussions on critical issues within the Middle East, such as peace processes and regional stability. The geopolitical effects of Qatar's diplomatic endeavors are evident in its role as a mediator. By acting as an intermediary in various regional conflicts, Qatar has demonstrated a commitment to diplomacy that resonates beyond its borders. The hosting of peace talks and the ability to maintain relations with diverse factions highlight its intricate understanding of political dynamics. This multifaceted approach has elevated Qatar's stature in a region often characterized by tension, allowing it to promote dialogue and foster cooperation. In terms of economic sectors, Qatar has made substantial investments that have transformed it into a regional powerhouse. Its focus on developing energy infrastructure has resulted in unparalleled leadership in liquefied natural gas production and exports. This dominance has translated into significant economic leverage, enabling Qatar to engage with major global players such as the United States, China, and European countries, thereby enhancing its standing in international discussions. Moreover, sectors such as tourism and finance have seen substantial growth, with Qatar positioning itself as a hub for international business and tourism, particularly through initiatives like the Qatar National Vision 23. The international transformation resulting from Qatar's investments is profound, reshaping perceptions and economic dependencies. Countries that previously overlooked Qatar are now keenly aware of its economic prowess and its influential role in global energy markets. This shift leads to a broader analysis of how resource-rich nations can wield their wealth as a strategic asset in international relationships. Furthermore, as Qatar fosters trade agreements and partnerships, it becomes evident that economic policies driven by foresight and strategic planning can lead to significant regional influence. Qatar's positioning in the international arena prompts reflection on the complexities of small nations achieving global prominence. How do smaller states navigate the geopolitical landscape dominated by larger powers? Qatar's methodical approach underscores the potential for agility and innovation to counterbalance size. Through strategic alliances and calculated diplomatic ventures, small nations can assert their relevance effectively. As we examine the economic positioning of Qatar, considerations of how its actions influence global markets become crucial. The balance of power can shift with the decisions made by resource-rich countries, making Qatar's trajectory not only a matter of local significance, but one that resonates globally. This evokes broader questions about interdependence, sustainable practices, and the responsibilities that come with power. How nations like Qatar engage with these facets could redefine our understanding of influence in the modern world, paving the way for a new era of diplomacy and economic relationships. Qatar's impressive ascent as a global power is underscored by startling statistics that reflect its economic prowess and societal advancements. With a population of approximately 2.8 million residents, a unique demographic landscape is created, where nearly 90% of the populace are expatriates. This demographic makeup has allowed for a vibrant melting pot of cultures and ideas, further fostering innovation and growth. Economically, Qatar has consistently ranked among the richest countries in the world, often noted for having a gross domestic product per capita that frequently surpasses $60,000, illustrating the high standard of living enjoyed by its citizens. The growth in Qatar's gross domestic product since the year 2000 has been nothing short of remarkable. Between 2020, the nation experienced a real GDP growth of around 40%, propelling it ahead of many its regional counterparts. This phenomenal growth can be attributed to a combination of vast natural resources, intelligent management decisions, and strategic investments in diverse sectors. The economic diversification efforts have led to the development of robust industries in finance, healthcare, and education, which have further cushioned the nation's economy from the volatility of oil and gas prices. Comparative analysis reveals that, while countries like the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait also boast significant wealth, Qatar's sustained and stable growth trajectory presents a unique case study in effective resource management and economic planning. Unlike many of its neighbors, Qatar has focused on establishing a balanced economy that does not overly depend on a single sector, which has contributed to its resilience against global economic fluctuations. The proactive response to market challenges has been vital in maintaining its economic momentum. Alongside these impressive economic indicators lies a wealth of intriguing statistics that tell a deeper story about the nation. For instance, Qatar holds the distinction of boasting the highest natural gas reserves per capita, a fact that underscores its extensive energy resources. This resource accessibility has facilitated investments in infrastructure and social services that have contributed to the elevated quality of life within the emirate. Interestingly, nearly half of the population is under 30 years old, a young demographic that drives innovation and progress in a knowledge-based economy, reflecting the changing dynamics of a society in transition. As one reflects on these numbers, critical questions emerge about the sustainability of such rapid growth. What mechanisms are in place to ensure that economic gains translate into equitable social advancements? Qatar's story also presents an opportunity for introspection regarding the long-term impact of reliance on natural resources. The continuous dependency on hydrocarbons poses a challenge, especially in the face of global shifts towards sustainable and renewable energy solutions. As the world moves towards greener technologies, Qatar's approach to resource management will need to evolve, shifting perspectives from abundance to sustainability. Furthermore, the statistics invite reflection on the future trajectory of the nation. With significant investments in education and innovation, how might Qatar continue to leverage its position in the global economy? The answers to these questions highlight the necessity of strategic planning that recognizes not just immediate benefits, but sustainable pathways toward long-term prosperity. As we consider the impressive numbers that outline Qatar's journey, we must engage with the complexities that accompany economic success and the vision required for a resilient and inclusive future. As Qatar navigates its multifaceted journey of transformation, it presents a rich tapestry of lessons and projections that may inform not only its future, but also serve as a reference for other nations aspiring for similar trajectories. One of the critical lessons learned from Qatar's experience is the importance of visionary leadership paired with strategic planning. The Emirates' leadership has consistently prioritized long-term objectives, demonstrating that a clear vision can guide a nation through significant challenges and opportunities. The approach underscores the need for leaders to not only react to immediate circumstances, but also to cultivate pathways that anticipate future trends. A prominent aspect of Qatar's strategy has been its strong focus on economic diversification. This approach is a defining feature of its national vision for 2030 and reflects a conscious effort to mitigate risks associated with an over-reliance on natural resources. By investing in sectors such as education, healthcare, and technology, Qatar has paved the way for a more resilient economic framework. This proactive stance challenges the notion that resource-rich nations must inevitably fall into a cycle of dependency on a single sector. Instead, it illustrates how diversified investments bolster overall stability. Moreover, the role of education and human capital development in Qatar's progress cannot be overstated. By prioritizing educational initiatives and establishing partnerships with top international universities, the country has positioned itself as an emerging center for knowledge and innovation in the region. This investment in human capital lays the groundwork for sustainable growth, underlining the significance of equipping future generations with the skills necessary to navigate an increasingly complex global landscape. While presenting these lessons, one cannot disregard the inherent risks that accompany rapid development. The reliance on foreign labor has raised questions about social cohesion and the integration of expatriate communities into Qatari society. As the population continues to become more diverse, the challenge lies in fostering a national identity that is inclusive yet distinct. The balance between maintaining cultural heritage and embracing globalization will be critical as Qatar moves forward. Looking ahead, Qatar's projections appear optimistic, but are accompanied by necessary caution. The government is actively pursuing innovations in technology and sustainability, keenly aware of the global shifts toward renewable energy. Initiatives to integrate these technologies into its energy sector may redefine Qatar's economic landscape in the coming years, enhancing its role as a leader in sustainable practices. Nevertheless, the transition must be managed delicately, ensuring that economic benefits are equitably distributed among its citizens and residents. In contemplating the future, reflections prompt additional inquiries about the potential trajectories for Qatar as it continues to evolve. Could Qatar's model of rapid development serve as a blueprint for other nations grappling with similar challenges? What implications does its experience hold for balancing tradition and modernity in the context of globalization? As Qatar navigates the complexities of an interconnected world, its journey remains compelling, serving as a pertinent case study in ambition, resilience, and adaptability. The lessons extracted from its past decisions and the projections that lay ahead emphasize the importance of foresight, inclusivity, and sustainability. Ultimately, Qatar's narrative is a testament to the potential of realizing a national vision through strategic choices, illuminating paths for others in pursuit of transformation and growth.